Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Tour de France 24, episode 32. We're jumping back into the Tour de France for the first time. Of course, that is the main objective of this playthrough of this series, to get there, to win that, to do the other things, the other bits and bobs along the way. Of course, we're not yet competing for GC this time around through 4 stages. We are 19th overall, but we're already well off the pace. There's already a couple mega stages in the early phases. And we, of course, are focusing more on the secondary objectives. We are going for the King of the Mountains as our primary target. Secondary targets to that are the points classification and to the combativity award. But we already missed out big time on stage number 1 in our second attempt to go off the front with stage number 4, which we just had. We did well with that. Our teammate McNulty is in 12th, so we're going to keep an eye on him for the GC. Let's get back to racing. Sprint stages are not among what we are interested in, so stage 6 is done.
We were aiming for a top 10 place on this stage, and we failed.
Philipsen is one ahead of Jakobsen and Cavendish. Our guy, Cockard, took 12th. 6 is also a simple profile, so that's 5 and 6, 2 sprint stages in a row behind us.
We were aiming for a top 10 place on this stage, and we failed.
It's another win for Philipsen with Groenewegen and Merlier. And we are on to the first of 2 individual time trials.
You've got 2 beds to negotiate.
Still working on getting up to speed. We will slow down a bit here. Alright, they definitely have some long-term planning of this is not going to be easy. Get back up to speed first.
The road will be straighter. Apart from the short climb in the middle of the TT, it's very much rolling terrain. Go on. Keep narrow on the bike.
Much longer TT than what we've gotten used to with some of these other ones. We're going to be at this for a while. A lot of it's going to be relatively straight, relatively flat. Little climb sections, I definitely want to get more out of them. Push pedal a little bit harder. Alright, we are right on target. 2 seconds ahead of our target, which is still only 90th overall. Alright, we're entering the danger section. This is where we do want to push and make up time. And I think we should be out of our saddle for this one. Hard tempo to try to lock in and maintain, and I'm sure it's even worse for the actual rider as opposed to the person holding a remote tapping a button. Not much red bar left, and that's the whole point of doing this.
Pick up some speed and get into TT position. Go!
Alright, locked back in. I think I can actually still push on a little bit harder till we crest. Coming up on the second check.
Downhill for 4 kilometers. Watch out for the bends.
And still ahead, 5 seconds ahead. Up to 60th now though, so huge improvement positionally.
Here that you want to go full out.
We've got recovery on for this descent, sort of. It's 4K. I feel like I could be going harder. Like, what am I saving anything for? It's telling me to go under. I want to kind of give maximum effort here. I'm trusting myself. I'm not trusting them right now. I'm glad I didn't listen to it and recognize that we had some energy left and that we could push to the end. That had to have helped the time. This was good. This was good. Evenepoel takes the win ahead of Van Aert, Filippo Ganna, Stefan Kung, and then Brandon McNulty comes in as the second best GC guy. Van Aert's still in the GC picture right now after 7 stages, but is obviously not a long-term GC favorite. Pogacar and Roglic, Vingegaard all come in right behind McNulty. I Finished 3 minutes and 8 seconds down, but third best on the team. When I still don't have a good time trial rating, that's a pretty solid performance. So in the GC, it's Evenepoel who now leads. He's taken over the lead. Pogacar drops to second. Vingegaard drops to third, but the podium's the same, and it's still close. Van Aert, 50 seconds behind, and then a big gap. Thomas, 3:42 down. Bilbao, Vlasov, McNulty into the top 10 at 5:36. I slipped 3 spots to 22nd at 10:42, but that makes breakaways easy to get into. Still very competitive with my time. And if a breakaway takes a stage, whether I take it or not, if I'm third or fourth across the line and we are 4 minutes ahead of the field, I'm going to be moving up that order pretty quick. But looking at 10:42 and where Bardet, Pidcock, Yates are, I gained 3 minutes and I'm, we're talking about 13th or 12th. And not necessarily in contention for anything, but a decent position. KOM, there was a couple points on those flat stages. We are 6th. Points, we're out of contention. The sprinters, there's too many points on offer for the sprint stages at the finish line where the intermediate sprints just become irrelevant, so we're out of that one. The young rider Evenepoel is not going to be beaten, not by us, so we're out of that one. Team classification still looking good in 5th place. Cup activity is going to be hard. I've only been properly away once. We are way behind Derek G for this one, and Kron, they have a massive lead, but if they get too tired, they'll be sitting ducks, and I've saved a lot of energy for the bigger stages to come. Pogacar has jumped me to take over the individual pro cycling rankings, though. I am now down to 2nd with that, and probably never going to see 1st again. But I've still got a good haul of points, and while there's a few guys breathing down my neck, I think I can definitely stay in the top 5. For the moment, we're also still 2nd in the team rankings. I could see us dropping to 3rd or 4th before too long. It's another sprint on 8. Bit more undulation than the previous ones, but still only
well done, guys.
1 point.
We were aiming for a top 10 spot, and you did the job. I'm happy with that.
Cockard just squeezes out 10th place. Philipsen another win ahead of Groenewegen and Girmay. Stage 9.
As effective and short
gravel
climbers on mountain
stage.
passes, he's also a good ruler, able to pull off a solo win.
Don't let the counterattack catch up. The peloton won't let such a large group get away.
Not many points for the KOM on offer today, but it is some. It is also combativity opportunity.
You've got 1 minute 30 over the
But
peloton.
to improve
It
that
turned out
cobble
to be a good
rating,
move.
this is one of our best opportunities to do that. So we're going to try. And that involves being in the break. There are a total of 17 riders off the front right now. And the peloton's quickly going out to the 2 minutes. So it looks
His
like it is
teammate
going
has
to work. It
everything
is
to
going to
prove.
last. There's a ton of quality here. Derek G's here again. So the combativity is that much harder to catch and gain, and we'll see what those mountain stages are like, whether he can go and hang. But of course we already know he can climb, so he's got a
He's
massive
a lead-out man,
advantage.
but if his sprinter has an off day, he'll look after number 1.
Alright, that is all 17 together, recovering some energy. 4.5 minutes to the peloton and still growing. We're just about far enough into this tour now that breakaways can start winning stages, and that could be the big hope on a situation such as this. But gravel's gonna, I'm not gonna contend for that. This is try to just lead through a few gravel sectors and lead through a couple KOM points. We're gonna go with a do not work for now, save some energy. Plenty of riders here to blend in for a while. Alright, we're coming up pretty quickly on that first sector and the first KOM sector, so I'm going to get myself in position early on for this one.
The Italian rider,
There's the
Filippo
5K
Ganna,
warning.
is a pure specialist of solo effort. A
For the
veritable
climb.
cycling machine who, at only 25 years of age, has already won 2 world time trial champion
And here's the
titles.
gravel sector.
Here we go. We're entering the first gravel road of the stage. 2,000 meters long, it will be immediately followed by the first climb that counts towards the mountains classification.
Alright, at the moment, just riding 100%
Champion of Italy in
pace
2022 and stage
is
winner on the Giro,
enough to keep me out
Filippo
front.
Zana is happy when the road starts to rise. The first riders
Eshka.
have finished with the first gravel sector.
Almost
They're now attacking
pulls
the
through.
coast of
Okay.
Bergère, the
Well, we've
first
led through
Kenyan
one.
mountain climb of the day. Classified
2.2K
as
climb.
fourth category. There will be 1 point to be scored at the top.
4.5%. Same thing. The lead from the front.
This isn't the moment to
1K and fairly flat. Just starting gently. Putting that pressure on. Alright, now starting to ramp it up. Not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. Not quite there yet. Whoa.
watch out. You're not
Derek
going
G is
to be
coming
able to
hard
attack
for it.
much
I got it
longer.
though. Got the point. 1
You were
point.
first over the top of the climb.
We had a fall in the bunch leading to some separation. Perez plus one other rider are out the back. And then there's 3 of us chasing to get back in contact.
You must
Meanwhile,
constantly try
Peloton
to shelter from
has
the
split
wind
up a bit.
so as not to consume energy.
Alright, 17 riders back together. 3K from the next climb. No cobbles through here. Or gravel, that is. And right now, not even a challenge. 2K from the top, but no climb yet. And it's a Cat 3. There's more points on offer. Sure there is. 1.8.
Here's the Côte de Barreville for the front of the race. As mentioned, the start is untarmacked.
I was trying to ride a... Oh, there is. There is gravel. Well, that makes it worse. Steepest portion is right here, though. There's the top of the gravel part. Can we get over the top of Zana? We can. We go through first. Then we're just going to keep right on pushing to get some separation. Now's a good time to gel up just a little bit to have something to finish the climb off. Still seconds ahead. Yeah, still pushing on, and we'll get the top of the climb first. 2 points. Alright, all 17 back together. We've got a little gap before we get to the next section. 3 minutes to the peloton as they've started to pull us back a bit. Got the maximum 3 points so far. This one's going to be a little bit harder. You've got a steep finish to the climb while climbing beforehand. Guys are going to try to go early, but they're not going to have anything left for that final bit. 2.8K overall, 4.7% overall. There's the 1K banner. Don't want to attack that early, but I do want to ride 100%. So we're going to ride 100%. We're going to come through. Guys are already starting to accelerate. We want to just soft accelerate. Save. Oh, and it's gravel. I didn't know it was gravel. That's going to mess that up for me. I'm not going to get the points this time. I needed to be out front already. I wanted to save the energy for the difficulty of the climb, and
Your breakaway companions look like they want to
not
up the
knowing that
pace.
I was going to get hindered by my cobble rating. We are eventually able to come through, so we can at least lead on this one and collect. Heading to the feed zone, I use the opportunity to put the foot down a little bit, use my gels to restore my energy,
He's a
almost
punter.
back to 100%, but
Home
also
on
added
Billy Terrain.
45 seconds to our gap over the peloton by continuing to push on. We're already inside 3K to the next climb, so I'm going to keep that momentum going. The climbs are what matters most. I want those points, and I've already missed out on 2. And
The
here we
front of
go
the
with the
race
gobbles
starts on
again,
the Côte
the
de
gravel.
Valfrier, a classified.
You know, there's nothing much to it, and this is kind of stage that I would thrive under. It's just, I'm not good at gravel. Not good at gravel. It's all 17 together, by the way. Every time it comes apart, we do manage to get it back together, but we're already inside 1K with a climb coming. It's going to be a hard one to get. Just getting the hint of I'm going for it. Others are not going for it quite as much. But we're coming up right on the end, and it's steep. Got some separation. I also have no energy left. I hold it over the top. I do get the 1 point. Alright, we lead through there as well. Now the funny thing is, am I getting credit for any of this? Because it's not cobbled sectors, it's gravel sectors.
The intermediate sprint will be
sprint
fought out
points
in a
coming
few
up, and I'm
kilometers
32
in
seconds
longer
ahead.
wall. The riders will then head into the final categorized climb.
I'm going to keep pressure on. I'm
It
34
doesn't seem to
seconds
be a good
ahead.
day for him. He's being distanced.
Might as well make this to where they can't catch me. 39 seconds ahead.
You're 3 kilometers from the intermediate sprint.
Use that red gel. 44 seconds ahead. They're not matching my pace. They're worried about other things. Let's just go ahead and gel up while we're at it on the other gel. 1K from the sprint. 52 seconds. We've got this. No need to sprint again. So a well-timed attack with a little separation has picked up some easy points for us. 20.
You've won the intermediate
We've
sprint.
won the intermediate
Well
sprint. That's
done.
number 8 of 10. We're going straight into more gravel and 1 more KOM point on the day. 5 for the day is not bad. Steep at the start, steep at the finish. We're past the start section, into the gravel. Still 56 seconds ahead and growing. They don't like the pace that I'm setting. 1 minute ahead. Almost 5 ahead of the peloton, but I'm going deep to do this. But this is where my task is essentially done for the day. They said I'm not even positive I'm getting credit for leading over these gravel sectors. But I am positive that I'm collecting KOM points, that I'm collecting combativity kilometers. We'll settle down after this climb. Okay, success over the top. Well, if it counts, that is another sector.
All classified climbs
Minute
have
and a
now
half
been
ahead.
completed. However, there are still 9 gravel sections to be crossed, each one an opportunity to make things difficult for opponents.
Really trying to get every little bit of recovery that I can in on this climb. Even though it's only a 3.5% drop. I'm not losing much time, and I'm getting a decent amount of recovery in. All things considered, it's working out pretty well, and actually the descent is starting to pick up a little bit here. So the gap now 110 to the 16 riders, coming down pretty quick. I'm not riding a tempo that they're satisfied with, but I'm okay coming back to the group now. 5 minutes ahead of the peloton. Reality is 4 minutes ahead, but I'm gonna give up this minute pretty quickly. I think it's also time to check on my teammates for the first time and see how they're doing, which is not great. Peloton's down to 51. Everybody's tired, so let's... Alright, I am back into the group of 16. It is more gravel, just in case I'm bringing myself forward. I think we're coming up
He's
on
a
the end of
pure
it,
climber,
so
able
speeding
to follow
up.
the very best when he's in shape.
Next sector, pushing forward. 2 riders attack the peloton, by the way.
A good
They're 40
climber,
seconds ahead.
Guillaume Martin always rises to the occasion when the going gets tough.
Down to 34 in the peloton. Some riders have been dropped, including some of my teammates.
He's an excellent puncher who also knows how to climb in the
We're going to lead
mountains.
through this
On
one.
the other hand, it's better for him that he finishes alone because his capabilities as a sprinter really are limited.
Down to 15 of us, 14 of us. So that sector with the climb did some damage. Van Gessel, Bitziger, Geschke all dropped. 2 of the 3 that attacked are left. 1 of them got dropped. 38 left in the peloton. And yeah, it's getting to be a rather small group. Another sector. I'm not going to do anything on this one. I'm going to conserve some energy. We're getting into the later stages of this. 43k. And they keep getting this backwards. We're protecting McNulty. Not... yes, we need Cockard, but not in the way you think. You are going to... Yeah, telling your leader who's 10th in the GC to protect your sprinter who has not finished higher than 10th in a sprint. Dumb move. Okay, this is a short one. We'll try to come through on this one. Gently, anyway. If I can. Yay. If not, okay. Ghana's speeding up. I don't think I'm going to get him over the top. I'm not. He's riding 100. Okay. We've got some attack groups and things are... And look who's not riding. Come on. So there's 19 left in the front. They're 2.5 minutes behind us. We've got 29k to go. Right now, just following Ghana. Ghana's definitely speeding up. I think he's hopeful that we can hang on and do something as Guillaume Martin is dropped. Philipson was in the break with me? No, he wasn't. Evenepoel, Pogacar. Okay, those guys have attacked is what's happened. And Group McNulty. So again, McNulty slipping off the back with plenty of energy, but can't understand why.
I'll make a big effort on the
There's
relay.
no crash. There's no icon that I'm missing here. I'm 20k banner, but I'm not worried at all about what's happening in my group right now. I think we've been caught by some of these lead guys. I'll get a lay of that soon. I think we only have two sectors. Okay, final 2 sectors. Alright, McNulty is now solo. Group of 6. They've left Moss behind. I don't want you riding that hard. Right, 80.
I'll relay.
Alright, let's check in. 11k to go. There's 12 of us here, but I don't think it's the 12 we had. Yeah, apparently it is. Apparently it is. We are still 2 minutes ahead. And I've recovered a bunch of energy. We're still 2 minutes ahead. I've recovered a bunch of energy. We've got 11k left. The 8 chasers, Evenepoel, Pogacar, Poole, Roglic, Bilbao, Milan, Philipson, Pagazoli is there. A few contenders, for sure. But then not. So GC-wise, Thomas, Van Aert, Vingegaard all drop. There's Guillaume Martin going backwards. And then McNulty in a chase group. 1 minute behind that, though. That's... he's doing better than some. He's definitely doing better than some, but not all. Final sector. Final sector. And we are holding it 2 minutes ahead. Ooh. And there's an attack. There's an attack. I see it instantly, but I'm behind the guys. I'm catching up. Though it looks like they're accelerating and trying to thin the group again. Yeah, 3 more have gone clear. I'm going to bridge this gap briefly. Hang on.
At 5
5k to
kilometers
go.
from the finishing line, unless one man forces his way clear, we're heading for a sprint.
Leave those guys behind. Follow. Quintana. 3 left up here. Make that 4. And nobody wants to ride. 3.8k. Just watch the gap behind, because I don't need to be doing anything crazy. 2k left. There's a lot of no energy left in the group. I wonder if attacking early is the way to go. I've got separation. Saving the red bar otherwise. Just trying to ride away from him. 7 seconds. 8 seconds. 10 seconds.
Give it your all. No regrets.
Okay,
Go,
soft
go.
sprinting, because I have very little red bar. 16 seconds. Yeah, we're gonna win a Tour de France stage. We're gonna win a Tour de France stage, and the last stage that I thought I would win. Number 1, McNulty in a pretty decent position. I'm gonna control him. He's got some work left to do. Let's take care of the job for him. 2.6k. This is about time loss now. There's no sprint to compete for. Buitrago took second. Zana was third. Ghana, G, Armorel, Martinez, Quintana, Perez, all breakaway guys. So yeah, look how easily we're catching a few of them. Okay, let's do that soft sprint. Piganzoli was 19th on the stage. McNulty, we pulled back some time. That's good.
Keep up this pace for very long. You risk a blow up.
This stage is his. He was the strongest.
So I've picked up the victory in Troyes. 4 hours, 42 minutes. First place. I've got time separation. I've got time bonuses. My GC position is going to move up, but not be threatening to be considered somebody who could challenge. And so they're still not going to bother with me, but it does improve that GC position, does help us earn that potential of points. We should still be free to go in breakaways again. I win by 18 seconds. It's 43 to Ghana. It's minute 5, and then we're looking at 2:37 to Piganzoli, who was with that first chase group. McNulty was 3:11, so he loses about 40 seconds to some of the GC guys. Considering his overall time, losing 40 seconds is not that big of a deal. Some of the riders around him will have lost a lot more than that, and the guys that did come in ahead of him were riders that were already ahead of him. He just lost a little more ground to those riders. So I think it's a good day for McNulty, 25th on the stage. It's a good day. It's a great day for me. And Cockard did not compete for the stage, which was not surprising at all. It was not a sprint stage. How I hung on for that, I don't know. I pick up 5 points today. I would have liked to have gotten those other 2 that had been available on that one, but I misread that we were entering gravel and I was too far behind to affect that one. 5 points is still getting us there. 70 points earned today. I don't think that's going to put me in points classification competition. We'll see. Young rider, obviously, it was a good day for that. Team classification, we won on the day, and I picked up 196 kilometers of combativity. Where does that put us overall, though? That's the big question on that. It's Evenepoel, Pogacar, Vingegaard, Van Aert. No change in the top 4. Thomas did lose time to Bilbao to drop to 6th. McNulty moved up a spot to 9th, and I move up 11 spots. I cut my position in half from 22nd to 11, 8:46 down. This is exactly what I was talking about, that possibility. And Roglic is 8:55 down. Vlasov losing a bunch of positions. Pidcock. There's Yates losing a ton of time, so a lot of guys. And McNulty would have been in that too. He was definitely going behind, but we made an effort to get him back in position, and it worked out pretty well. KOM now 3rd, 2 points behind Vingegaard. Johannesson is the threat right now for that, and then I suppose Vingegaard, Pogacar, their chance to lead some big time climbs. Up to 4th in the points classification. Yeah, still well over 100 behind. Unless I go and win another stage, I don't think I'm going to be in any sort of contention. But again, we're still going to go for those intermediate sprints when we're in the breakaway, because we need 2 more to pick up some points, attribute points. Young rider, 3rd, but again, not really competing there. Remain 5th in the team classification. Now we're well ahead of some chasers. Got a healthy gap behind us and actually close up on Bora Hansgrohe. Not that I think we're going to be going anywhere, but if we could stabilize at about 5th place, that would be a really good performance for us. Combativity-wise, we jumped to 9th, but I'm 700k behind Derek G. So I don't think that one has much hope at this point. But again, he's been in the break like every day, and we haven't, and we're getting into the phase of the race where getting the break is going to have a better return, and he's going to be too tired. So there's a good chance that he's not going to be collecting a whole lot more in terms of that combativity, but he's all over it right now. He's going to be tough to catch. Those 70 points have put me back on top of the individual rankings for the time being. Didn't think that was happening. I figured once we relinquished it to a Pikachu, it was different when it was Mohoric. But relinquishing that to Pikachu and Van Aert and a Venipol, like that seemed, once that happened, that was going to be done deal. But we pick up 70 solid points today, and we continue with that strong trajectory. We will eventually drop behind those guys, but we're still competing for the time being. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.